Okay, I have to tell you guys what happened today. I went into my coffee place. I went to my local coffee place. They said, look, I got a nice new bracelet today. Did I show you that already? Anyway, whatever. I went to my coffee place and they were like, you dress so nicely. And I was like, yeah, I'm going on a date later. And they were like, that is so nice. And I was like, yeah, but I'm getting my coffee here first because the coffee at the place I was going to the date, I knew would be terrible. They were laughing, the girls. There's like 3 girls in the coffee place, and they're like, so what, are you just like, is it an online date? And I was like, yeah, it's from the apps. And they were like, oh my god, so something, like, they asked me all these questions and we had like a really good chat about everything, and they were being so cool about everything. And I told them about Glow Netflix that I'm in, and because they were asking about it and we were talking about it. And then I also said, I'll tell you guys how it works out, like, because I was like joking. I was like, if he shows up, like, haha. But what I didn't realize was we got dressed up. I was like fucking, it was Braveheart. We got dressed up for nothing. We didn't get dressed up for nothing. I hope we didn't get dressed up for nothing. That's what they say. And they're about to go to battle. But I was like a few hours beforehand, maybe 2 hours or an hour and a half before we're supposed to meet, he goes, can we delay it to an hour and a half after? And I was like, oh no, because I'm a Virgo. Like, I'm a Virgo. So anything you say to me is, you have to send me a message beforehand. Like, I plan everything. The reason I'm so good at filming everything is because everything's so planned ahead of time and everything's prepared. So that's why I come in on time, under budget, on schedule for every single project I've ever done. That's just me. I'm so organized. So, do you know what I mean? I show up prepared. And I also will look amazing. We'll have a great time. And then I said, oh, okay, fine. Yeah, that's fine, because I was just like, I don't even know this person. So I was like, yeah, okay, fine. But he was like, I'm not feeling very well. And I was like, oh. He was like, I think I might have a cold, or maybe it's he said, maybe it's hay fever. And I was like, okay, well, I hope you feel better. And then he was like, no, but let's meet anyway. And I was like, oh, okay. So then I'm like, it has literally just been the most demoralizing thing for a person or a woman to have to go through. Any woman, Virgo or not, you're like, I'm too much of a mermaid to be messed about like that. Anyone should be. I mean, even like business 1-on-1, like, they teach you, if you're going to show up. And if you don't. You know what I mean? Like, if you're not going to go, don't plan that you're going to go. And if you're sick, obviously, then we get it and don't come. But he was like, I'm coming. And I was like, well, let's not hug or anything. Because, like, I was kind of like, what if this guy's pure got some mad disease now and he's going to give it to me? So I was like, but it was such a weird vibe. I'm not going to lie. It was the weirdest thing for me to have to deal with. And then I just had to show up anyway. So then I'm there anyway, and it was just the worst date I've ever been on. Like, I can say that now because it's over. But while it's happening, like, everyone in the restaurant was like, what the fuck is happening? Like, I could tell everyone was like, hang on, what the fuck's going on? Because we go to this restaurant that's supposed to be food and drinks that not only did I say I've made so I made a reservation for the correct time that we were supposed to meet. Then I phoned these people who I totally know. Like, I know the owners of this restaurant. And I said, oh, guys, like, I need to change the reservation. It's like a Saturday. It's like so busy. And I was like, I need to change the reservation for like an hour and a half later. And they were like, okay, Mariana, because I would never do anything like that. I would never be like, I'm changing a reservation. But because this human being is like someone I've never met and he's sick, and I'm like, I just have to be nice and kind. And then it was like my nightmare when we walked in, because everyone is there. It's so busy. And we are sitting down, and the guy had said, like, let's only have like, do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, let's have a quick stop. I'll have a soda water and like we can have a moment, like a quick, do you know what I mean? Just chat for a couple of seconds and then you can go home because you're obviously ill. And he was like, oh, he was being so like, he was like, yeah, I'm sweaty and I'm sweating so much. And I was like, well, oh my God. And I said to the guy, because I said to the guy, because there's like all these menus in front of us, and I was like, oh my God. And everyone next to me was like, what the fuck's going on? Because I gave the menus to the maitre d', and I'm like, mate, to the maitre d', I was like, we're only having drinks. Like, I'm having a soda water, sparkling water. I know what they have there. It's a Pellegrino, and he was going to bring me a whole fucking bottle of Pellegrino, and I was like, that's fine. It was going to take me so long to drink that. So I'm like chugging. When this Pellegrino comes, I like have never chugged anything faster. I was like this. Like, I was just like, I'm going to drink this so fast. And then I said, I feel terrible. Like, I feel terrible. And I've never said that to any human being ever, especially not someone I've never met. But I was just like, or I was meeting for the first time. But I was just like, I wanted him to know that, like, it made me feel really bad that he was saying that he was sick. But I didn't know if he was really sick. That was the thing that was, like, twisted about it, is I thought he was just, like, messing with me because he didn't look ill and he wasn't like puking, you know, actively or anything. He wasn't sweating actively. So it didn't look like he was dying of hay fever or anything like that. So I was just like, okay. And the maitre d's looking at me like, this table is it's a Saturday and this is where you're supposed to, you know, have a meal. And I was kind of like, yeah, you know what? I'll pay for this water and then we'll just leave and we'll let you have this table. Do you know what I mean? Because I know this restaurant. I know the people. I don't want them to be like, Mariana's an asshole. She's sitting at one of our tables the whole afternoon on a Saturday. Do you know what I mean? And not taking up space when we could be serving others. And I was like, oh my God. And I've worked as a waitress. I've worked as a cocktail waitress. I've worked in every form. I've worked in a cafe. Like, I know what the fuck is up. And I know how to like read the room, and everyone in the room was like, who are these two weirdo cunts like coming in and being like sitting about? And I just was also like, it was so bad because then he said to the person, I'm gonna get a Guinness. No, the guy was like, the maitre d' was like, this is so beautiful, actually this moment was intense. The maitre d' was like, the maitre d' goes, would you like something to drink? And the guy who's like, this got the fake sickness or is ill or we don't even know, he goes, oh yeah, I'll take a Guinness. And he says, what do you want? He says to me, what do you want to drink? The guy who's got the hay fever or whatever it is. And I was like, I don't drink alcohol. Like, how did you not read my profile? The whole fucking thing says no alcohol, no cigarettes, no drugs. Like, all I do, I'm high on life. Like, it's a joy ball. Hanging out with me is a joy ball. Like, I never drank, like, I never liked alcohol. For a Scottish, Polish woman, it's like they cancelled each other out or something. And I was just like, oh, those two cultures cancelled each other out. Or I don't know what it was. It was like, whenever I would drink, I'd just fall asleep. So it wasn't like a fun drunk. I'm much more fun if I don't drink, and I'll stay awake and I'll like party all night long until 4 a.m. just because I've had a soda water and I'm like, hello. I've just got a joie de vivre. I don't know what it is. Joy for life. Also, women don't really process alcohol the same way as guys do. We can't like just absorb it in our system. It like inflames my body so much. I'm like, what happened? And then I take like 25 years to get over a hangover. So it was just kind of, none of it was worth it to me. But also, it doesn't bother me like if someone else is drinking. But like my whole thing on my profile says, if you want to hang out with me, like, and have mocktails, or we'll have like soda waters, or just have a tea or something, like, let's hang. Or I want to have dinner is my thing. Like, I like to have dinner and sit and chat. But because we weren't having dinner, he didn't read my profile. Like, he probably just looked at my first 3 pictures and was like, all right. And then that's the weirdest thing about it is I said I don't drink to him in this way that was like, I realized he hadn't even read anything in my profile. And then the maitre d's looking at me because he knows me, and he's like, yeah, Mariana fucking is only going to pound that soda water. And it was so funny because the maitre d' looked at me like, and the guy said, he's going to have a Guinness. Like, he said himself isn't having a Guinness. So the maitre d's like, okay, so he's going to have a Guinness even though you said you guys were leaving. And I was like, oh, this is all gone to shit. Like, everything about it was backwards. It felt like swimming upstream through mud with the wind in your face, not behind you. Like, it was just so bad. I have never had that experience before, where someone's trying to cancel on me but then doesn't. Like, it was such a mind hit. Fuck, like, I'm not gonna joke with, like, don't sleep on the fact that, like, I'm usually really fucking easygoing and I never talk about shit being bad. Like, I never talk out at school. Like, I'm like a nun. I'm private. Like, if you tell me something, I take it to my grave. Do you know what I mean? Like, I am such a good secret keeper. I'm like, bzz, bzz, bzz. Nobody fucking, if someone says, did that happen to this person who you know? I'd be like, nope. Like, no, it didn't, you know? Like, I just literally keep the fucking secrets of all my mates and all my pals and all of that, because I really believe that's what being a friend is, and what being a good partner is. You have to not spill those beans, you know? Like, if you kiss and tell is so cheesy, like, just kiss and be like private about it. It's much more sensual than then you like go to this other place with the other person. But Jesus fucking Christ, today I like grabbed that bottle of water and I was like, can I, like, this, the big Pellegrino I had, I was like, can I pay for this with the card machine? And then I literally ran up to the bar and I was like, I said to the guy, I'm gonna go pay for this. And he was like, okay. And then I like went to pay for it, and all of them, I was like, I'm so sorry that we're here, and like I'm leaving right now. And then the dude brought the guy's Guinness, and I was just like, oh, you know what, I think I'm gonna go. And I have never said that. Like, you'd have to be like, someone would have had to die. There would have had to been like an apocalypse. It would have had to been like a storm, like another storm coming through, you know what I mean? Like in the storm region of like America, where you're like, that's fucking storm country. You better get the fuck out of there and go to another part of the States for a minute. Come back after the storm has cleared, because you will get swept up in that thing. So I was like, yeah, I'm leaving. And I was like, I'll message you, thank you. Or something like that. I don't know what the fuck I said, but I was just like, bye. I ran out of there like a fucking, like I shot out of there. I literally have never left a place faster. Shot out of there, left him there with his Guinness, because it was so awkward and weird. And like, I usually would sit, like if someone wanted to drink a Guinness, it's not about the Guinness, it's about the fact that I had just said, like, you know, let's get out of here, because this is really a table for a restaurant where people are going to eat, and we need to respect that these people who work at this place need this table, and it's a Saturday, do you know what I mean? And we can, like, you know, we could go anywhere else on the fucking planet. But I was also just, oh, God's sake, I came home with that sparkling water, and I ran up. I was like, when I got into my place, I was like, and I can't believe that happened. Like, that was the worst day of my life. The worst part is, like, the worst part is, I have to it wasn't even a date, because it was like just a head fuck, and like, I don't know, I hope he's mentally ill or something, because that would like explain it. Or maybe he was just sick, which would totally, like, I totally understand. But at the same time, I was like, just cancel it, or don't, like, I don't know. Just cancel it. Just cancel it, or like, I don't know, man. It was like, I just don't understand why a person would ever say they want to meet one human being if they're not going to meet that person. Like, I would never say I'm going to meet a human and not meet them. Like, if I've said I'm going to meet you, do you know what I mean? Like, every person I know on this planet knows, if I say I'm going to meet you for coffee at, like, you know, this day and that time, I will be there with bells on, no matter what. Like, if there's a storm, if it's snowing, if it's hailstones coming down like that, I would come anyway. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, if I have to walk through the rain, I don't care. If it's like Baltic, I go out. If it's sunny, I go out. Like, I will go. I don't care what time or day. Like, I will always be there if I've said I'm going to be there. Especially if it's a first impression situation, or if it's someone I've known for ages. Like, I would never just dick somebody about like that and be like, you know, I don't know if I feel like coming. That's what he said. I don't know how I feel about coming. And I was like, you don't know how you feel about coming? Like, what do you mean? You don't know how you feel about coming? Like, are you an AI technology? Are you an alien? Like, are you a robot from another alien planet? Like, are you, who wrote that line? Like, it's not in any play I've read, and it's not in any like human version of what I think a human being is. But whatever, man, like, whatever it was, we don't know, because we'll never know like the true answer, if he was like dicking me about, or if he was really just ill. Poor guy, whatever. I don't know what the fuck's going on with him, but I genuinely don't care.